An image almost identical to this one was floating around on another platform. The quote that went with it was something like, "Now I know why the Starry Night is so popular." So, want to see something interesting? Focus on the very middle of the spinning spiral at the top for the next 15 seconds. I'll shut up while you do it. Now, look at the Van Gogh painting that occupies the bottom half of the image for a few seconds. If your eyes are working correctly, you should notice something very strange about the painting. It appears as though it's moving. This phenomenon is known as the motion after effect. It occurs because your brain's motion-detecting neurons become temporarily fatigued from watching the spirals, which tricks the visual system into perceiving the opposite movement when you look at a still image. Your brain has specific neurons in the visual cortex responsible for detecting directional movement. Staring at moving spirals causes the neurons sensitive to that specific direction to fire continuously. But after a few seconds of constant stimulation, these motion-detecting neurons become fatigued and adapt to the motion. They reduce their baseline firing rate to conserve energy. When you shift your gaze to a still image, the fatigued neurons drop to an unusually low level of activity. However, the neurons that detect the opposite direction of movement are still fresh and firing at their normal baseline rate. Your brain interprets this imbalance in neural activity as a strong signal that the visual field is moving in the opposite direction. So, when the eyes use this new signal upon switching to a stationary image, static objects appear to expand, contract, or drift. What this small example should make clear is that we can be fooled into believing we see something that isn't happening, simply by dint of how our eyes and our brains work. As we speak, technology is being actively developed that takes advantage of such trickery. From materials that will make objects truly invisible, to brain interface devices that plug directly into our brain's visual cortex. The implications are immense, both for good and for harm. Come on, do you really think Elon Musk's Neuralink is just working on helping people with disabilities? Don't be naive.